Watching a corrupt cop get caught red-handed is richly satisfying, even though cops are supposed to uphold the
2 hours of corrupt cops getting caught in the act.
laws. It's always a spectacle when they're the ones getting tangled in their own blue tape. Just like this first officer who thought illegal detainment was well within his rights.
So, your wife wanted us to check on you.
My wife?
Yeah. Are you going through something?
Yeah, but...
Can you put your hands out of your pocket for me? No, you're good.
Am I being detained?
No. Hey, I need you to come back over here and talk to me, though. That's a order. Hey. Sir? Sir? I'm just trying to... Listen, we're just doing a welfare check on you.
Yes, am I being detained? Yes or no?
Not right now. I need to talk to you.
Gotta get back to work.
He don't want to talk.
Can't make him talk. He don't want to talk.
After Officer Haley tries talking to the husband but fails, Sergeant Michael comes and intervenes. Watch how angry he seems, like the guy has broken some sort of rule by walking away from the other officer.
Well, if you're suicidal, that is a crime.
It's a crime to be suicidal. Well, I'm not.
Well, that's not what we got.
Well, that's
You
not
have your
my
ID
problem.
on you.
What crime is to be
You're
suicidal?
going to go to jail. Walk away.
Been taken to jail.
If you walk away from me, you're going to jail.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Obstruction.
Obstruction?
So keep arguing.
I'm being detained for what?
We got a call. We're here to talk to you. I don't care if you want to talk to us or not.
Hold up. I'm sorry. Because maybe I don't know. Connect with people you trust. Suicide is no longer... Okay, suicide is no longer considered a crime in the United States. Some states have attempted suicide listed as a crime. Okay. Criminal law, attempted suicide. Okay, common law suicide was a felony. At common law, suicide was a felony. And attempted suicide was a misdemeanor. Suicide was described by Blackstone as a double offense. Alright, this is not a law. The punishment of suicide, a need for change. If you or a loved one is in immediate danger, okay, warning everyone. Breaking the silence, we say, sorry, I don't think that's a crime, brother. I don't think so.
So what is going on?
I don't know. I'm not talking to you without any further questions.
That's fine. Go ahead and turn around and share that.
You gonna arrest this guy?
Do you have your ID on you?
Nope.
You're going to go to jail. Walk away.
Been taken to jail.
If you walk away from me, you're going to jail.
Really?
Yes. Obstruction. So keep arguing.
I'm being detained for what?
We got a call. We're here to talk to you. I don't care if you want to talk to us or not. So what is going on?
I'm not talking to you without any further questions.
That's fine. Go ahead and turn around and share.
You gonna take me to jail for not talking to you? He just had to see that through. I'm telling you, he had to see it through. He made a false threat. Dude challenged him, so he had to see it through. You can't look weak in front of him.
Handcuffs. I think you're just intimidating me.
Definitely intimidation.
All right. In front of work.
Go on. That's just...
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Do you have anything that's going to poke, stick, or stab you? You don't know?
Probably.
Okay. If anything does stab me, that's a charge.
Really?
Really?
You're on.
How is that a felony for you reaching in his pockets Poking him.
Something might be in
They're
there.
poking you.
And it might.
Sergeant Michael arrested the man for doing absolutely nothing. It's astonishing to see that these corrupt cops will go to any length just so they can protect their fragile egos.
I'm sorry, why are you searching me? Huh? Why are you... Because this is more than saying. Yes, it is. Or, I'm obviously not obstructing you. You obviously were. Okay. Because when you walk away from us, when we're here legally, and you were detained, that is obstruction. And when you walk away from you, you were 100% walking away from me. At first,
You got back to you
before
and
you told
talked
me
to
I
you.
was detained. And it will show on your body cam. What? Now you're just violating my rights. Well, there's no violation of rights when you're under arrest.
In response to the situation, 2 auditors went to the Arkansas Police Department to hold them accountable for what had happened. As you would expect, not just Sergeant Michael, but the whole department was corrupted.
I wanted to make a FOIA request.
Okay. We have to have paper documentation of that. And then once we get that request, we have to send it to our city attorney and make sure it's approved.
Okay. Can I get a piece of paper from you?
Make it 2.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. It's going to come out.
Oh, okay, cool. Are there any officers here that we could speak with?
I'm not sure, but I can check that out for you.
The highest that's here would be awesome.
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Look, sir, I have my sergeant coming up here to speak to you.
Cool, thank you. You a sergeant?
Yes, sir.
I think you were just coming to talk to us. I hope you weren't busy doing something different. I just had a couple questions. So we were just making a I'm Justin, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Sergeant Jackson.
We're here in reference, we're wondering about what happened with Sergeant Williams.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to talk about where he had arrested a man named Matt, I believe. Nate, sorry.
Nate Warren.
All the charges were dropped on him, but Sergeant Williams was out there making a call for service, and he didn't want to talk to him, and he ended up arresting him. You know, did he get retrained after that in any way?
That I'm not aware of. We work opposite shifts, so right now he's on nights and I'm on days. So the way they got it set up when we work our schedules is that we never interact with those.
Oh, right.
Because
Okay.
we work 4-1-4, but we actually work 4 to a shift. So whenever we come to work, we usually work. We have a 4 set on days and a 4 set that work nights. So when we're working, he's off. And when he's
Gotcha.
working, I'm off.
Would you have done it the same way? Do you believe that it's okay to arrest someone that refuses to talk to police?
That'll be a kind of a comment, but unlikely. They was here for a welfare call, so
Well, this is something that the public wants to know. Is that just something that Sergeant Williams does, or is that Stuttgart Police in general?
No, that's not Stuttgart Police in general.
So you wouldn't arrest someone just because they don't want to speak with an officer?
Well, therefore, me not knowing the call that he was called on, but it was a welfare check from what I'm understanding.
Well, let's say that circumstance, would you have arrested him as well, like Sergeant Williams did?
You've seen the video, have you?
I have.
Have you?
Yes, sir. I have.
Okay.
Would you have arrested him, or what would you have done?
I mean, just me, my experience, you know, just me, if I'm going there for a welfare check, as long as I see he's okay, that's my own thing, my main thing.
Right.
Notice how the sergeant hesitates to answer the questions. If he was really sorry for what had happened, he would have made that clear through his answers, but this was all an act to save face, and nothing else. When the auditor asked him a few questions about the Constitution, his act starts breaking down.
What does the thin blue line flag mean to you?
To serve and protect my community.
Serve and protect your community?
That's it.
Okay.
If I gave you an American flag, well, you're wearing an American flag.
That's it. I'm upholding the Constitution. You know, I'm not violating anybody like that.
Love it. Love it. No pressure if you don't know it, but do you know the 5 key elements of the First Amendment? I'm only asking you because I think you know it. Most people can't just name off the top of their head on the spot, so.
You said uphold the Fifth Amendment.
The First Amendment.
First Amendment.
There's 5 elements. The acronym is RAPS, R-A-P-P-S. So religion, assembly, and then PPS.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know it, but off the top of my head, I've got a lot of things going on. But
no worries, man. I appreciate you being honest. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. And you have a good day.
You too. I'm sorry. What was your first name?
Paige.
Paige. Thank you, Paige. I'm Justin. Have a good one.
All charges against the man were ultimately dropped, but Sergeant Williams appeared to have not received any retraining or discipline, at least none that the department was willing to disclose. Arresting and apparently suing the man for not wanting to talk is absolutely ridiculous, but watch this next case.
I agree. That's ridiculous. You can't arrest this man just because he didn't want to talk. However, y'all went in and talked to the sergeant, whatever, or whoever the last guy was, the black dude. But it didn't have nothing to do with that. Y'all was grilling him. They worked 2 separate shifts. He just probably watched a little bit of the video. They probably talked to him a little bit about it, and you know, it is what it is. It don't concern him, but it concerned him, if that makes sense. Like, if you asking me what somebody did on my shift or a shift that wasn't my shift and they done something wrong, I can't answer for why that man done that. Now, being a team player, I'm not going to throw that man under the bus, especially to some random people holding the camera. I'm not about to throw them under the bus. Like, at the end of the day, that's still my brother. We represent the same thing. We wear this uniform together. He got my back, I got his back. Yeah, if you out of line, you out of line. Buddy was out of line. He could have said that, but at the end of the day, I am my brother's keeper. So it's like, whatever. The dude wasn't charged, nothing happened, so you just gotta wear it, bro. You gotta wear it. The public might hate you for not throwing your partner, your teammate, your brother under the bus. They might hate you, but come on, man. Y'all in these streets together. Y'all do got a code to live by. Y'all set of rules are a little bit different. However, at the end of the day, protect your people.
Case where 2 corrupt officers try to ID a man for simply filming and get put in their place.
You don't want to go that way either?
But if you just tell me your name.
I'm not telling you my name. I'll tell you my first name, and we're stopping there, and I'm not answering any more questions.
On March 22nd, an auditor named Justin went to Clinton, Arkansas in Van Buren County to film the area, a completely legal activity. But as he got there, an uneducated police officer attempted to ID him for filming in public. The situation then escalated when the lieutenant called for the sheriff.
Under here, I wonder what's that about. Is this your personal vehicle?
Yes, it is.
How come you're parked up under here?
Because I rent that space and have a salon here. Why are you videoing cars out here?
Is this the police station?
Yes.
So you have a salon on the same building as the police station?
Who are you?
Is that what's happening? Who are you, lady?
How about you talk to the owner of the building?
I don't care. I'll talk to whoever.
Right.
So this is half police station, half beauty salon?
There's multiple renters inside here.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what are we doing?
Cool.
I'm the owner.
You're the owner of the building?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't work for the police station, you just own the building and the police station is renting a spot out from you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, if the police station is renting a spot out from you, then that makes this public property. So I'm just working on a story in public property is what I'm doing.
Okay. For what though?
Working on a story. Like, what does anyone work on stories for?
But what's the story for?
Oh, I can't tell you that. You'll just have to wait till it's published. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Go ahead, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Man, I would have been like, bro, if you don't get off my property.
Cool. I'm Justin. Nice to meet you, man.
Did you have somebody else I can say?
No, sir. I don't.
No. Arkansas is one of the 15 ID states. So
there is no way you believe that. All right. Since you're starting off this way, do you have somewhere higher than you? Because I promise you that's not correct, and you're going to get your whole town into a lawsuit. And I don't want to go that way. I've been having a great day. You don't want to go that way either.
But if you just tell me your name.
I'm not telling you my name. I'll tell you my first name, and we're stopping there, and I'm not answering any more questions. If you want to ID me unlawfully, you're going to lose your job and your qualified immunity.
Can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm working on a story.
For who you with?
I'm an independent journalist. What's your name?
Solomon, Lieutenant Solomon.
Solomon?
Yes, sir.
Do not think. There is no such thing as a stop and ID state. There's no such thing. That is a term.
Okay.
That is a...
Let me explain something to you.
Watch how the officer's attitude changes when the auditor mentions he might lose his job. These corrupt officers care about nothing except keeping their power. But the auditor is no beginner. What he does next to the officer will make you question the validity of the law enforcement system.
This day and time, there's all sorts of things going on.
This day and time is a terrible thing because we're in one of the most safest times to date in world history. Tell me a safer time in world history than right now. Okay. So don't say in this day and time, because cops always say that and it's stupid. Okay. So you can start over though if you want to.
Let me just put it like this.
Yep.
You know, if we see somebody looking at our police cars,
come talk to me, sure. But don't threaten to arrest me if I don't give you my ID.
I didn't threaten to arrest
you. Just did, brother. Nope, that's not correct. Get a lawyer out here. If you think that's true, you need to look into it because you're going to get yourself in trouble. That is not true, and I'm 1,000% positive, and I can show you case law and Supreme Court rulings and everything. 100%.
More or less, we're just concerned about what you're doing.
Well, do not think that you can just stop and ID anyone you want. You're going to get yourself in trouble, and you're non-constitutional. You are unconstitutional.
Well, with what's going on, I mean, it's
you are no. If you think you can do that, you don't believe in the Fourth Amendment. If you think you can do that, do you know what the Fourth Amendment is, sir? What is it?
You know, if we say
what's the Fourth Amendment? No. This is important to everybody that you know the Fourth Amendment. What is it?
Sure, I know it.
So what is it? What is it?
The right of freedom.
No way you just said that. No, that's the First Amendment. Mm-hmm. That's the...
Protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government, requiring warrants supported by probable cause and describing the place to be searched and the items to be seized. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm a police, I would learn these because it's people out here that are trying to gun you down for not knowing. For not knowing. It's people out here that will gun you down. What's the Fifth Amendment? What's the Second Amendment? What's the First Amendment? And if you don't know, they are going to try to take your head off. Real rap.
That's what I'm saying. The First Amendment.
No, the First Amendment. Bro, what's the Fourth Amendment?
Okay. All right, just
oh my God, dude! And you're a lieutenant? Is your chief here?
No, he's off.
We need someone to teach you what the Fourth Amendment is. There's 5 elements. There's 5 elements of the First Amendment. No, I have some concerns and questions for you. There's 5 elements of the First Amendment. What are they?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead.
What are they, sir? What's the Fourth Amendment? You don't know any of it. You need to go study the Constitution, and until you do, don't say a word to me, please. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Other than that...
No! Bro, this man just checked him, and that right there is the walk of shame. That is the walk of shame. He said, you need to go back inside. What did Buddy do? He turned right around. Yes, sir. I shall. I will go back inside. Watch this, yo. Watch this.
Look up the Constitution and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them to me. Amendment. You don't know any of it. You need to go study the Constitution, and until you do, don't say a word to me, please. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Other than that, you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about, and you don't need to be a lieutenant. And I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but that is ridiculous.
No!
You don't need to
no way he put a grown man in timeout.
You don't know any of it.
I'm sorry. He just put this man in timeout. No way.
You need to go study the Constitution, and until you do, don't say a word to me, please. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Other than that, you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about, and you don't need to be a lieutenant. And I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but that is ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself for not knowing the First or the Fourth. Walk of shame right there.
That's the walk of shame. I said that.
Oh, they're locking me out? Lieutenant Solomon, you're opening your city up for a lawsuit by allowing this door to be locked because of me. You're not allowed to pick and choose who comes in here. So either you lock it to everybody for the rest of the day, or you're opening yourself up for a lawsuit. And you better have a good reason for having it locked the rest of the day, not just because there's a guy with a camera. So you better open this door and let me come in, and we can get this over with. Why are you guys so scared of someone with a camera? What are you hiding?
The lieutenant not only walked away
timeout.
mid-conversation, but he also locked the auditor out of the police department. This is what a coward looks like. They try to appear big, but scatter as soon as they face someone who speaks back. Nonetheless, this is just the beginning, because the real event was yet to happen.
Hello, sir. How are you?
What's up, guys?
Good.
All right, I can come in now. They weren't letting me in a minute ago. You know, that's a lawsuit if I wanted to. I don't want to. I'm literally just trying to have a pleasant time here in Clinton. That's it. But here we have. What's your name, sir?
I'm Sheriff Eric.
You're the sheriff. Awesome. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm Justin.
Good to meet you, Justin.
Uh-oh, Sheriff. He about to get you.
So why'd they send the sheriff down here for a guy with a camera?
Nobody sent the sheriff.
They-
We all monitor the radio traffic.
Hey, dude. Hey, hold on. Before you lie on camera.
If we get a call over the radio.
No, I heard them call the sheriff down here. I heard them on. I have them on video calling the sheriff down here.
Anyway, this lady right here.
Uh-oh, they're sending the sheriff out here. So now you're lying on camera. So now I don't even want to talk to you either, dude.
If we get a call, we're
Just
gonna-
be real. Just be a real person for 2 seconds. Why can no one just be a real person in
You be a
here?
real person.
I am.
Yeah, you're in here causing a problem.
No, I'm exercising my rights.
Yeah, but if it becomes disorderly.
Bro, it's only one auditor. I ain't gonna lie. I think this is a small city in Arkansas. If them police wanted to get rid of dude, they can get rid of him. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If they wanted to make it happen, they can make it happen. And they can make his life a living hell, to be honest. Everywhere he go, they could just like... I mean, this dude obviously smart. He obviously smart. He know the law. He know the Constitution. He know what he doing. But... actually, I ain't even gonna say that, because I was about to say they can make his life a living hell by pulling him over and just, you know, just messing with him every day, just doing little stuff. They can do that to the normal people that don't know the law, but this dude is up on his game. So, what can they do? Pull him over, pull him out the car, throw some dope in the back seat, something like that, plant something on him. You could probably try that. But he'll probably be recording the whole time. So it's like this dude right here is up on game. This one of the dudes you cannot mess with. I ain't saying he above the law, but he know the law. And right now, he know it more than everybody in that room. He know the law more than everybody in that room. He take this auditing thing as his personal job. I know he don't get paid for it. He do not get paid for it. This is just something they do just to keep people in check. They antagonize people with this. That's what auditors do. That's what they do. I wonder when they sue, how much do they get paid? Because if they get paid a lot, I think I'm going to start trying to do that. What I got to do is study the Constitution. If I see an officer, hey, what's your name? He don't want to identify himself. Oh, you're supposed to tell me who you are. Excuse me, sir. What is the Third Amendment? And if he don't know, can I sue? Can I sue? Because if so, I want $125,000. $125,000. Wow.
I told you my name's Justin like 6 times, dude.
Okay.
You can ask, and I don't have to tell you.
Okay.
You have to have reasonable, or you have to have. No, you're not. You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime.
You're on private property looking at people.
Again, if you cause
No,
a
this is
disturbance-
public. This is public
If
property.
you cause a disturbance,
This is
then you
public
can be
property.
charged with disorderly
Were you parking your cop cars back there?
As long as
Then
you're
it's public. It's public.
There's not a problem.
I'm civil, brother.
That's what I'm saying. But if it did become disorderly, then you could be charged with disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
But until then,
Don't-
as long as you're
You
civil,
would also look at private
everything's
things
good.
back there too, because we
I can look at anything I can see from public. You can't trespass my eyes.
If you think the sheriff improved things, you're gravely mistaken. The sheriff was as corrupt and stupid as the lieutenant. He blatantly tried to gaslight the auditor, making what could have been a simple conversation into a power war.
Just like you said, he had to go look it up. You can sit down in your car and look up every
Dude,
amendment.
I know them by heart.
That doesn't matter. It's not required
No.
by law for anybody to know it.
It is required by law. Do you and you and you and you all sign?
That's where you're wrong.
Did no?
When you go to the academy, the only thing you're required to do is to
Brother.
to read it. Become
Did
familiar
you?
with it,
All right, I'm about to own
know
you.
Where you can
Get
look
ready,
up
brother.
the laws.
Get ready.
You get ready.
You
get ready.
You swore an oath to the Constitution when you were signed in, and I could find that on video, I bet. So you swore an oath to the Constitution.
Okay, so you were there.
No,
Now you're lying.
but that is what
See,
all
you just
police
lied.
do.
You're telling us we're lying.
No,
You're lying.
it is required.
No, you're
If you
looking up
didn't-
and to the right because you don't know. You're trying to. You're making
Dude,
it
you're
up.
you.
I'm
Listen.
So you.
So you didn't swear an oath. So you didn't swear an oath.
I can tell you, you're being.
You can call me whatever you want.
First,
Answer me this.
I don't have to answer
Did
you.
you sign
That's where
it?
you're
Did you
wrong.
swear an oath to the Constitution?
That's where you're wrong.
He
I
says
don't
he
have to
didn't.
answer
So you
you.
did. This sheriff, he does not believe in the Constitution, and he did not swear an oath
That's
to it.
what you believe.
You're gonna have to get out.
If you continue, and
Yes,
this
ma'am.
becomes
Yes, ma'am.
disorderly, I explained to you
Yeah.
at that point it would be a disorderly conduct.
Dude, chill out. You're stupid.
Okay, you call me stupid, I'll call you stupid.
You don't even know that you swore an oath to the Constitution.
No, I'm not answering
You
you,
walk
that's what I'm
around
doing.
thinking that you have no duty
answer
to the Constitution.
The people, the residents
The
of Van Buren
Constitution.
County. Do you live
The
in Van Buren
Constitution.
County?
The
Do you live here in
Constitution.
Van Buren County?
No, I don't.
Then I don't answer to you. Have a good day, sir.
Do you get state taxes? Do you
Have a
get
good
federal
day,
taxes?
sir.
Do you get state and federal taxes?
Have a good day, sir.
So you don't know shit, brother.
Have a good day, sir.
You guys don't know anything here. You don't
Have a
get.
good day,
No, you
sir.
can't. That's freedom of speech. That is. That's freedom of speech. This is ridiculous. Y'all should be embarrassed right now, dude. Go back to your office. You're dismissed.
Again.
Go back to your
Time
office.
out.
You're dismissed.
People of Van Buren County.
You,
careful.
Listen.
If you don't live here,
One
I
thing
have
you
no
need to go
reason
home
to sit
knowing
down
is
and
you
have a
serve the
discussion with you.
Constitution, and the Constitution serves the people. You serve the
So
Constitution.
you come here from out of town and you go town to town and you try to do some type of a constitutional audit just to try to engage police officers? Is that what you're doing? Because
Basically,
you're bored.
Is that what it is?
Nothing
Basically.
better to
More
do.
assuming. More assuming.
You're
free to go.
You're a free.
You're free to go.
person.
You're not. You are not
Sitting here.
detained. You're free to go.
You're not detained.
You're not detained.
You're not detained.
I know I'm not, because I know
I'm
the
not.
law.
I know I'm not because I know the law.
And there he goes, being a 5-year-old again.
Yep.
You don't even know what the Constitution is to believe in it.
You don't know.
You think Arkansas law supersedes the
know.
Constitution. Get out of my face if you think
You do
that.
not know.
You think Arkansas law supersedes
You do
it?
not know.
Do you think Arkansas law supersedes it?
know.
Answer the question, yes or no.
don't know.
Do you think
You
Arkansas law
enjoy
supersedes the
trying to
Constitution,
find
Maddox?
officers.
Maddox, do you think that Arkansas law supersedes the Constitution? That should be an easy question. You should be proud to say hell no.
There was no limit to what this guy was willing to do to soothe his bruised ego. It's like he had an image in the eyes of his subordinates that he needed to protect. This is what happens when you let power and greed take over and forget your actual job.
Stop over talking to me for 2 seconds, dude. Let me just finish my f***ing sentence. This is annoying as hell. Let me finish my
I
sentence.
apologize for getting under your skin.
Let me finish my sentence.
But when I make a
Can you
valid
not talk for 2 seconds?
When I make a valid
Good Lord.
point,
No, you don't. I'm trying to tell you that you don't.
Get angry.
God damn, dude, you're so dumb.
Get angry.
You can't stop interrupting anybody. You're a
You just
disgrace.
spoke for 5 minutes straight.
You wouldn't let me get a whole sentence out without talking over me this whole time.
Which has nothing to do with the Constitution. It just means
It
that
absolutely
you are
does.
getting pissed off because
Because
you're
you
not
don't
getting
know
the
it.
wording.
Because you don't know it.
No, when
and
I-
you
when
think
I-
I'm wrong because I'm saying the Constitution is it. You think I'm wrong by saying the Constitution supersedes Arkansas state law. That is mind-blowing and it does piss
I
me
said
off.
Arkansas Constitution. I did not say Arkansas.
So, okay.
So you can record your.
where his chin at? Where his chin at? Man, I've been sitting here looking the whole time, and I'm trying to figure out. He's got one neck, no chin, no face. His face connected to his neck.
Your video, and you can play
Same
that
thing.
back.
Say it for
I
me.
said the Arkansas Constitution
Supersedes.
is what I said.
You. So you think?
You just lied when you said
No.
I said Arkansas law. You just lied.
I think you said law, but I'll just agree to. I'll agree to disagree. Listen, I'll agree to disagree. You said Constitution. Fine. That's still wrong, brother. That's still wrong. 5 years
I'm
old.
dealing with a 5-year-old. So
This is your boss, Maddox. Your boss.
I bring myself down to
He's.
your level.
I can see it on his face. He's embarrassed for who he's working for
You
right now.
admitted to me that you work.
I can see it on Maddox's face, dude.
So you're here doing a constitutional audit because
Dude,
you're bored.
It's not more time on my hands. I don't have 2 seconds of spare time. Any
Just
spare
like
time
me,
I have, I do
I
something.
enjoyed coming down here just because I overheard.
Then go back to your office, bro. I've dismissed you 12 times.
I dismissed you the same amount of times.
You can't dismiss me.
I did. I said you're free
Can't
to
do
go.
it.
You
Can't
were
do
never
it.
being detained.
Can't do it.
You were never detained.
You can't dismiss me.
At this point, the sheriff was no better than a 5-year-old. He was trying to get back at someone he served, and he had no self-control as he continuously talked over the auditor. What a complete disgrace.
Hey, this narrator biased too. The auditor is doing the same exact thing. He being childish too. They both being childish, going back and forth. The only difference is the sheriff is at work. The auditor is not. That's his job, to bug and pester people. He ain't got nothing else better to do but to go up here and see who he can heckle, who he can make mad, who he can get a lawsuit out of. I'm pretty sure in the future they're gonna start changing the laws with auditors just walking up on like police like this. I'm pretty sure, because this costing them money, because these auditors are suing these people. I don't know how much they getting, but they suing them, and it's costing the city money. They don't want to lose money. This is how they losing money.
I did come down here to ensure that this would be a peaceful.
Cool. So now that you see that it's no disturbance, you're dismissed.
Thank you for dismissing me.
Do the walk of shame. Get back to your boss, or get back to your job, brother.
Job, again, this is a city police department. When I heard disturbance at the city police department, I come down here to ensure that this would be a peaceful encounter.
And you ruined it, man. You were going to be the savior. So this was going to be a perfect video of the sheriff coming down here and straightening things out, but it wasn't. It was a sheriff coming down here and looking dumber than the police officer that called the sheriff down here to begin with.
It's a random, what you call a constitutional audit.
So, that's not all I do, but that is kind of what today is. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. But that's serving your country by trying to surprise a police department or sheriff's office and walk in and go.
So you obviously don't know the purpose of it. My number one purpose.
And you just said when I post this.
My number one purpose is to make change. So, for example, there are let's see, 3 towns in Arkansas that have retrained their entire police department because of me.
Okay.
And I had a lawsuit that I could have filed. Now hold on a second.
That you are operating on fear of lawsuits. You're actually trying to make change.
Dude, no. Let me finish my sentence for once, and you'd understand what I'm saying. I chose not to. It wasn't even a hard decision. And what I wanted instead was for retraining on the police department. And guess what? That entire police department got retrained on the First and Fourth Amendment. And that's what I wanted. And I made change. And guess what? Now they do it annually, or every 6 months. They just do it because I was there. And I've even gone back and talked to them after, and they openly admit, thank you for coming up here and doing that. Yes, that was a weird day, but it made a lot of good change. And now every 6 months, we train our officers on the First and Fourth Amendment and reasonable articulable suspicion and so on, when we didn't before. And so now I'm saving you from lawsuits. And so I'm educating the police department or the sheriff's office. I'm educating the people in that town as well.
Well, if that was your goal, and
that is my goal.
And interrupted your goal with the police department, I apologize.
That is my goal.
Okay.
And I can show you videos where I've done that already. That's my whole goal.
As soon as the sheriff realized that this man was not ordinary, he backed off immediately and tried to control the damage he had caused, but it was too late.
Yeah, you came in proving the stupidity of the sheriff's office too.
No, I came in to ensure.
Within 5 seconds, you said. Within 5 seconds, you said Arkansas supersedes federal. That is the stupidest thing a sheriff could say.
Okay, you just made a generalized statement.
What did you say then? You say it. You say it how you said it. You say it how you said it.
Arkansas Constitution.
Still wrong. That's still wrong, dude. That's wrong.
And I didn't say supersedes. I said we have to abide by.
Do you want to go back? No. You said it overrules. Your best bet is just to admit you said it and to learn from it and not to lie. Because now you're a liar too.
First
It's
of all,
one thing to be wrong, it's another to lie.
You instructed me to admit when you have your video, you can sit down and play that.
I'm
back
trying to
later.
help you, dude. I'm trying to help you.
I came into office in 2023. Van Buren County never had body cameras. Do you know why I got body cameras? Because I also worked at the police department and had a body camera the whole time I worked here.
So you got
With every encounter.
you got 1 point back for getting the body cameras whenever they didn't have them.
We've got brand new dash cameras. This county never wanted cameras.
I noticed that, and
Yeah.
and I know they're new,
Now,
so
the
I
city
appreciate
had
that.
And I worked here for many years. I used cameras every day, and it kept us out of lawsuits.
That's
And it
so
protected
cameras
the citizens and the
because
department.
cameras don't lie.
There you go.
We've calmed down a little bit. We got in each other's face. It's over. I'll shake your hand if you will.
What was the first name?
Yours. I'm
I'm Aaron.
I'm Justin.
Justin.
Yeah. Is there anything else you need of me?
No, we're good.
I won't dismiss you. I am going to do one more little lap in that room right there. I'm obviously not going
And I
to.
will say before I leave, if
Yeah.
you want to come to the sheriff's office, we are open 24 hours.
I will be there. Well, I'll see you up there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you guys.
We don't think Officer Williams will commit such a mistake again, but this next bunch really took it a step further by attacking a deaf man.
Okay. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, sir.
Officers arrived on the scene and, without taking any of the facts of the situation into account, pulled their tasers out and fired at will. By this point, they had already written John off as some sort of threat, but John was trying his best to tell them he's deaf.
Stand up. Stand up. Roll over. Grab his hand. Just get on your stomach. Turn around. Just have him stand up. I think he's hurting. Let me see your hands. Hands. Let me see your hands.
You don't know what you're saying, bro. Imagine.
I think he's gonna fall. Let's just get him up. Let's just get him up.
Nobody speaks sign language.
John is trying his hardest to get the cops to produce some sort of writing pad so that they can properly communicate. But what John doesn't know is how unprofessional and untrained these officers really are. Instead of trying to figure out and genuinely solve the issue, these mindless pigs just start to shout louder.
Look at me. Sit.
Adam 3, myself and Baker 3 are at McCoy's. The other officers are going to be in front of DPS. Frank 5, Adam 5, we have EMS sitting your way.
That's a big dude.
The officer lets John sit again as he tries his hardest to sign that he cannot speak and that all he wanted was a small notepad. Something that this untrained cop finally understood after John signed it a dozen times.
Why is it taking y'all so long to understand what he's
He saw us when we showed up, right? He kept walking.
They tried to continue communicating with the paper, but John finds his phone and offers it as a better alternative. He tries to make them aware that he still needs his glasses to do anything, something else they couldn't comprehend.
Adam 3, can you check the street with this? Maybe?
If that wasn't bad enough, these pigs were unable to give John a helping hand in finding his glasses. On top of that, the taser probe is still stuck in his skin, causing discomfort to John, something else these donut munchers didn't care about.
I know.
I don't know what he just said, but I'm sure he just called y'all niggas stupid. Bro, get a translator down there or something, man.
John explains to the officer that he had argued with his wife, after which he was walking by the road to cool off when suddenly the police arrived and tased him.
He saw us all pull up and walk towards me. He just kept walking with his hand.
What the?
That wire is bothering him from that. Bro, get it out of him. I'm scared of him. That's a big man.
Realizing that he wouldn't get any help from the cops, John started to remove the taser probes himself, and as we could see in the video, he was still panting from the pain. Somehow, these heartless cops even justified tasing John, since he had simply walked away despite being called. Keep in mind, guys, he's deaf.
John Kelly and Mary Kelly, out of Austin, Texas, 229.
I wonder what does an argument with his wife look like. I wonder if his wife deaf. Dude, because I know this is like random and rare. Do deaf people typically get with other deaf people? Or how can someone, well, I don't know. I guess you have to know ASL to marry somebody like that. I just know that this is frustrating. This is a frustrating situation. Not for the police, but for this guy, for this man, because he can't communicate what he's trying to say because nobody understands his language. His language is ASL. He speaks sign language. So to him, it's frustrating because nobody understands. Nobody knows what he's trying to say. And to the police, he probably looks irate. He probably look aggressive. It's probably intimidating for them because he's speaking with his hands. And from them not knowing and not understanding that he can't talk, they can't understand him. So they looking at it like, okay, this guy could be potentially a threat because he's aggressive with his hands. He's talking with his hands and he not saying nothing. He just grunting basically. So like, I'm not saying that I understand where the police come from because they never should have tased this man. They should have gave him a chance to, I don't know. I feel like after 2 minutes of observing this guy, you say, okay, we need a translator out here to help us to talk to this guy. You got him sitting on the ground typing a paragraph just to tell y'all that he was arguing with his wife. So he took a walk.
I believe they're checking with county as well, which I'm not holding my breath.
I hope he said he's gonna sue all y'all. That's what I hope he said.
When he said that he just kind of walked away from them, and she was trying to get him back in the car, and so that's what they were doing. She does not want to give her name.
John continued to explain himself, shocked both literally and figuratively about why this happened to him, as he had not committed any crime or done anything that could lead to this.
I don't even know where our complainant is right now.
I'll call a complainant.
Y'all out of pocket, man.
So we try to get him to stop, he wouldn't stop. Just grab him. Just like, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
It sounds like it was the same thing they were basically trying to do as well. Is he telling you anything?
I don't know why he got tased.
Okay.
I'm trying to do some stuff like
Number 3, case number 32.
I know very, very little, so I'm not much. I haven't used it in years.
Yeah, like I said, same thing. They're denying anything physical. They were just trying to get him back in the car, and they're not being very cooperative either. So.
Is he still hooked up to the taser? Because he wasn't cooperative.
Thank God, the mindless cops all finally agree on the fact that John is deaf, something that all of them weren't able to get through their heads, despite the confrontation having lasted this long already.
He asking why. Explain. Tell him why y'all did it. It's messed up, man. You still got that wire on my man.
Frankly, it seemed that the needless questioning was aimed at finding something that John did wrong, so that they could justify why they tased an innocent deaf man.
Dang, he's a giant. No wonder why they took
The cops asked John to get up, which he did, but he was agitated, as the cops, despite being entirely wrong, acted as if they were on the right side of the law.
He is huge. No. Why was he tased, he asking you?
Need to at least check, make sure the probes are out.
Receive number 5. I'm trying to. Yeah. I know alphabet, so
I ain't gonna lie. This dude big enough to monkey thump every police in the vicinity. This is a very large man. All he want to know is why y'all tase him. Why? I hope justice is served to you pricks. I hope he filed a lawsuit and got a fat check. Please, fat check. 500,000.
John tried to leave, but now the cops care about him and want him to get checked. After some back and forth, he agreed to let them check him out. They should have thought about this before firing 4 tasers at him.
4 tasers is crazy.
Sergeant is cleared and clear on jail negative 1.
Tased, so there should be minimum of 4 probes.
Okay, one's on the hood.
Did you tase
321, go ahead.
I have to get it.
John asked the EMTs to check him on the sidewalk, as he no longer trusted the cops or any other agency after what the cops had just done to him for apparently no reason.
You got it. You got it.
She pulled it and ran.
There's one, two, that's two.
It should be all of them.
There's one on the hood of the truck.
Yeah, we found one in front earlier. If there's any left, it may be on his shorts.
It's okay.
The cops gathered around John and the other EMTs with their flashlights, desperately trying to be of some assistance.
Yeah,
But they
trying to
should
get
have thought about being helpful like this before pumping John with half a dozen taser probes. John Kelly ended up filing a federal lawsuit against the San Marcos Police Department after the tasing incident.
How much he get?
If the last case didn't expose the level of police brutality and carelessness, then...
Man, I want to know how much he got, man. He deserved that bag. On my soul, he deserved that bag. Y'all out of pocket, man. Justice for the homie, man. Justice for the homie. That's wild. That's wild, man. He's just trying to talk, trying to explain himself, and nobody understands. That gotta be the worst feeling in the world. It gotta be. I would be so frustrated because nobody understands me. It's a W video. L cops though. Or the W video.